an update on the Alaskan Way Viaduct closure in Seattle. The construction got started last night. Here's some video of the crews chipping away at the viaduct, and the chipping has continued this morning. Let's get right to King 5's Roberta Romero. She's live near the construction. Bert, how's it looking out there?
Way beyond chipping now, I can tell you that. They are punching holes into this viaduct. You can see behind me just how quickly they are working. They've gone through at least 6 panels that I've been able to see. And this is only, 2, 3, or 4 machines that we see up there punching those holes. Eventually, by mid-afternoon, we've been told that there are going to be up to 30 pieces of heavy machinery up there working on this. They're basically punching those holes. You can see them going through the rebar there. And it's falling down on the lower deck. From there, it'll go down again, and it'll be hauled away. This process is going to take 9 days. Now, while this work is taking place, I can tell you that we've also got public access to the viaduct. It's opening up right now. People can actually walk up onto the viaduct. They'll have a view of the construction from that angle, and they'll also be able to, if they want to, take a piece of the viaduct with them. So that's what's happening out this morning. I've also been keeping an eye on the traffic. I have taken a look at the DOT cams. The Seattle Department of Transportation has a brand new live cameras out there. Traffic right now, very light, as you can imagine. It's still early, but I'm going to promise you it is not going to be that way. Later tonight, we've got Washington State Cougars here at CenturyLink, 40,000 fans. I promise you they're going to be here. We also have a concert at Key Arena. We also have supposedly Occupy Seattle is going to have a protest this afternoon, about 1,000 people. Those are the things you need to keep in mind before you head out here, or even if you're just going to be on I-5. You know how it's a domino effect, and I do know that once we see something like this happen, all the area, all the region is affected by it. Go to king5.com, watch us. We've got a lot of resources pinpointed to this so that we can help you navigate through this mess. And it's going to be 9 days, 5 working days. Monday's going to be the big test, as you know. Right now, we're used to these. We've seen these weekend closures before on the viaduct. People have been able to manage very well, even with big events. So we're not expecting too much this weekend other than actually seeing the progress of the demolition. So it's very exciting. A lot of people have been coming down. We had some interviews with people earlier, and they just said they wanted to see history in the making as this viaduct comes down. I'm Roberta Romero, reporting live near the viaduct.
And I know, it's kind of sad to see it come down, too, because I've always loved that view.
Oh, it is. It's stunning. But I've actually been on that viaduct, and I got to tell you, it is time to come down, sister.
It's time, right? I know. All right, Roberta, thanks. We've been working with the West Seattle blog to keep drivers updated on just what's going on. And joining us live on the phone now is Tracy Record with the blog. Morning, Tracy.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so this closure is maybe the biggest deal for people living in West Seattle. How do you think they're going to cope for the next 9 days?
Well, obviously, everybody is looking ahead to Monday, and although there seems to be a prevailing sentiment that, like many similar incidents, including Carmageddon in Los Angeles, the I-5 lane closures we had here 4 years ago, that there's going to have been so much overcompensation that Monday, for those who take cars, might just be a breeze. But don't let that stop you from your alternative commute. This weekend, things aren't expected to be too bad.
Right, and I mean, one of the options, of course, to get from West Seattle to downtown is the water taxi and mass transit. Have you heard from many readers about what they plan to do to kind of get around this?
Absolutely. The water taxi, people were already starting to try it yesterday. I heard from one reader who said that things were pretty full when she took it back from work yesterday. Also should be noted that tonight for the Wazoo OSU game over at CenturyLink Field, they're adding an extra run. So people are strongly urged to take the water taxi if they're going from West Seattle, because it's going to have an extra run back from downtown at 11 o'clock tonight.
So how do you think Monday morning's going to turn out? I know you think that maybe, all the warnings about it will keep some people at home, but ultimately, people are going to have to get into town. They are going to have to get to work. So whether it's Monday or later in the week, it's going to be rough. Is the blog doing anything to try to keep drivers informed or to sort of be a place where they can check in to see how it's going, how things are moving?
Well, historically, through other big road challenges, whether it's a terrible crash that blocked up the bridge or some of the snow events we've had, people have come to the site not just to see what we can tell them, from the authorities about the traffic situation and when it's going to ease, but also to share information with each other. So we're expecting a lot of that. We're going to be out and about, a couple of us, checking on such things as the water taxi line. And also, most importantly, people are going to be wondering over here what's the most backed up or the least backed up way to get to the bridge, because you have several different options. So we're going to have somebody roving to take a look here on the surface streets because those are far out of the reach of traffic cameras, and it really will take a warm body to look.
Yeah, and I know I even talked to a couple of business owners in that area who are a little bit concerned because they have to do a lot of business traveling into Seattle to do deliveries and that sort of thing, how it's going to affect some bottom lines.
Yeah, it's, everybody's going to find a way to cope with it. I think the more interesting flip side of the business coin is that finally in the past couple of days, we've gotten some people who are kind of trying to capitalize on this. Some people in our forums described it as, staycation plans. Mm-hmm. We've got everybody from coffee shops to massage therapy offering special deals if you're going to be, hanging around West Seattle and maybe working from home.